What's up, guys? We're back here for round 2 at our second Edison Monthly at the Armoury out here in Massachusetts. On the left, we have Tim with his Junk Frog deck, as well as Rich on the right playing his Diva Hero beat. He is our current reigning monthly champion for Edison Format, of course. And then we have right here Tim starting us off with a classic T set.
T set. There's like terms for everything.
Yeah, just because it's shaped like a T. Sometimes you could do L set if you set 2 cards, U set, V set rather. But he is on the Ultimate Offering, which makes a lot of sense within the Junk Frog variant because you have so much more normal summons with the Monarchs, of course, as well as Junk Synchron, being able to make a myriad of different plays alongside things like Salvage, Pot of Avarice. But we have him attacking with Alias and then activating Ultimate Offering in the battle phase to tribute and summon the Caius, banishing the Alias, which means he doesn't have a Gemini Spark. If he has a Hero Blast, it's unfortunately turned off at this point. We do have a Deep Prison here for the Caius.
So a little technical difficulties. This is actually the second time we're watching game 1.
Not you exposing us.
Yeah, I have to. It's just the way I do. But I didn't know about this second effect with Ultimate Offering, like being able to activate it in the battle phase of your opponent's turn, which is, you know, just like an extra layer to that card. Because obviously, like with the Junk Synchrons, you can use all those extra normal summons. They can't shut you off as easily. But then to just the play that he did, like to essentially have like a D prison on a battle phase, like.
Right, and this is definitely how you have to play into the card by having them activated, paying that 500, and then chaining that MST in response. I know Beast Mode has Ultimate Offering within his Zombie deck. He's been playing that version a lot lately. I believe he played at Nationals and RBT New York as well, and Edison Worlds this weekend as well. So shout out to him. But we do.
How did he end up doing?
I believe he got 13th place at the end of it,
nice.
Finishing X2.
Yeah. So you were about to say he Regeki braked, ditched the swap, made Junks or Catasser with the Junk Synchron.
Right, and then we have Diva bringing out everyone's favorite card in the format. Spine Gilman. Look at him go. I really hope he's at least, Plat Secret or QCR and Stampede or just something.
Yeah, because what was he, a tournament pack super for now?
Not even. He's the most ghetto rarities. It's like common, battle pack rare, shatter foil. It's like, come on, bro. At least make him hollow. But we have Miracle Fusion, probably one of, if not the best cards in the hero deck. And a set back row. I believe the card in his hand is the Alias that he searched off of the Stratos. So we have that Salvage that we were talking about earlier. Getting back the Dew Frog, which is a really cool component of the Junk Frog deck, because within the traditional Hero Frog deck, after you use your Dew Frogs, they're pretty much gone for the rest of the game, because that deck doesn't normally play things like Salvage or Pot of Avarice. So that's a cool component that this deck has, not only for extra fodder for your swap frogs, but also, again, being able to get more value out of your tribute summons, as well as having more fun with Junk Synchron and things like that.
Compared to like Dream Frogs, do they also run the is it Salvage? No, Moray of Greed.
Yeah, they play Moray, Salvage.
Yeah.
I believe they play Avarice too. That deck's crazy.
But does like Junk Frogs play Moray of Greed, or is there just not enough waters? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't you play the, I believe, traditional 10 to 11 frogs, just like Hero Frogs, but you don't play the hero stuff. You play more Junk Synchrons, and instead of like the E-Calls and things like that, you're playing Salvages, Pot of Avarice. Then we have the Unifrog there, sniping the second copy of Bottomless.
Yeah, the Unifrog, just like the battle searcher, like
absolutely.
Stops
every
everything.
time I attack with it, it's always met with a Mirror Force or a D Prison. But whenever you're able to pop a card, especially like a Royal Oppression or something, it always feels really good.
Yeah.
Now we have the double search here, having the Ocean and the Alias.
Yeah, I wish there was like a Unifrog for Glads. Just, I could run frogs in them and then
some of that Alias. Just sort of hoping to get into a G-Spark or a Miracle Fusion. But we have the Junk Synchron again.
Sync for
level 8 here. Thought Ruler, yep. Most likely the best option because he hasn't seen a Gemini Spark yet. I don't think he's seen just the 1D person for that Caius there. If he plays Brain Control, which I think he does, especially with like the tuners and stuff. I know most hero beat decks don't play Brain Control. I feel like that's such a good card to play, but to each their own.
Yeah, you gotta like consider it in literally any build. But like this is huge. Just using Thought Ruler to go from 800 up to what 46 in
Right,
2 turns.
yeah.
Like Rich had the game like in hand, and a junk synchron just like put him back on the board. Like he doesn't even have to play like risky or anything. I saw he was playing a Gore, so like now Gore's attack survives. Like
Right, and then we have an Avarice here, which is just absolutely insane.
I know when I first learned of the card Pot of Avarice, I'm like I'm coming from a time with like Pot of Greed's obviously banned and all these cards. And I'm like, and then your graveyard like to be able to reuse. I think I was playing like 6 Samurais in like 2012. And I'm like, oh, to be able to like reuse all those monsters again. I'm like, this card is so like the cost is like the benefit of the card, and then I like start to realize because I try to put it in like my 6 Samurais, and it's like, oh, certain decks just don't have enough monsters
Right,
going
exactly.
there. So the cost is like the ability to activate it.
Then we have another Junk Synchron here, and a Torrential. We will get that Dew Frog effect.
See, that's like the rare occasion where, you know, Stardust is better. Like Mirror Force and Torrential is, I guess, of course, depending on the matchup. But like you said, with Hero Beat, like they're the Gemini Sparks.
Yeah, they have a lot more cards that target.
Yeah.
Of course, you can Stardust the Gemini Spark, but I just feel like Thought Ruler is just so insane. Then we have a Kai's here for the Thunder King, excuse me.
It's kind of weird Thunder King in a Hero Beat deck because you're searching so much already yourself.
Uncommon. I think he has a lot of the modern perspective with setting up a board like an Absolute Zero, maybe a Synchro through a Diva play, and then having the Thunder King on top of it. Being able to turn off things like, you know, Black Whirlwind or like have an edge in the mirror match or attacking into like a Goblin Zombie, things like that. Because it is pretty uncommon. Of course, it combos with honest combos. But yeah, we have a Swap Frog here from Tim. Curious as to what Richard's back row is. His Torrential's gone, his Bottomlesses are gone, one Deep Prison's gone. Could be a Mirror Force, of course. Maybe Deep Prisons. Oh, we have a Hero Blast here.
Yeah.
We still have the Caius there.
So he's a Dead Dust Shoot and what? What's the other spell? Brain.
Control,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no another. Yeah, no.
All right. 1-0. Rich was telling you we had to watch this one.
He's like, yo, Ryan, you gotta see this. Blah blah blah. So I'm here.
I mean, for game 1 to like, he had the win all the way down to 800, and then just being able to switch it up with Thought Ruler.
Right. Oh, we have the Dust Shoe here. Yeah, it's either Sub or Caius there. But he still has the double swap, so he's guaranteed to get Treeborn access no matter what. But
special summon the swap. Would you do the Caius on this play? Like right away? Especially since he knows you have it with Dust Shoe?
I feel like if you get rid of the Caius here, he's definitely able to do the double dupe block with the Substitute by bringing out the other dupe frog from deck and then bouncing a swap frog to summon up the other one. And I guess it depends on what Rich has in his hand. And we have the Soul Release there. Very good. So maybe because he had the Soul Release, it might have been worth to
let him dump his whole grave.
Substitute, but it depends on if he drew into that. I feel like games 2 and 3 as a frog player, you definitely want to be wary of things like Soul Release or, you know, DD Crows. Just being able to dump both Treeborn Frogs very early, especially against things like Gladiator Beast. I think it's better to keep, you know, just one in there and then one in deck. So in the event of a banishment, you're able to have the other one there versus losing both Treeborns immediately. Then your game plan is pretty much
gone.
Yeah. We have a Dustiner at the end phase. I assume Hero Blast. Yeah, no Alias yet. Junk Synchron. Off the top. Catastor, I imagine. Yep. And he's on no cards at this point, which is crazy. Alias.
Which for Rich. Like, you can't be that worried now. Like,
no, I mean Gemini Spark.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you draw a Miracle Fusion at this point. That's pretty good. All right, even better. Future Fusion.
Dude, I played Rich in a later round, and he played his Future Fusion way off to the side, and I got a Gizera's, and he had like Kaiku or something, like the monster. I'm like, all right, I'll destroy that, and he had nothing else on the field, and I just forgot. I just kept playing.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know Richard's a modern player, because the whole like column thing with like, infinite impermanence, things like that.
I was like, I like, because, and it wasn't like he wasn't intentionally covering it. It's just like my brain's looking at the middle of the board.
Right.
Like, I kind of like just forgot about it. And then he topped into a Miracle Fusion, so brought out an ab, then another ab. I was just like, all right.
Right. Dumping the second Treeborn there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed how he got the Alien Southfield.
And we got a D Prison there.
D Prison on the swap, I like that move, especially, I don't even think I think it's like 4 monsters. So like now he can't even Avarice anymore. The swap like late game can just kind of like keep cycling for you.
Yeah, I would say Swap Frog is definitely everything in the Frog deck. I mean, things like Do Frog, you're getting the Swap Frog. Substitute, you're getting the Swap Frog. It's getting you access to Treeborn, being able to recycle things like your Monarchs, especially Junk Synchron in a deck like this. Swap Frog is absolutely everything. Speaking of Junk Synchron, of course, he has the 1 card in hand for Rich.
So now with this like Junk Frogs, you got to run what, 2 Catasters?
You would think, which I would say that Tim doesn't play, or else he would have made it at this point in time. Which again is another reason I imagine he plays things like Avarice to be able to recycle Cataster or any other synchros he makes.
Attacks with the Alias first.
And his Ab-Zero's at 3,000, which won't matter because the Swap Frog's going to die anyway.
Is that a dead Gorz in his hand?
It is. Ooh.
Oh, Regeki breaks. Okay.
Takes it, yep.
All right.
Dropping to 100, huh?
Oh, dang.
How does he get out of this one? Treeborn. Does any way you get rid of Absolute Zero, you're getting rid of your Gorz, you're getting rid of your token.
No, he brought back Treeborn. Now he's back up to 3.
Right. Junk Synchron.
He crowed its target.
Yeah, so level 4.
Sync for 4. This Cataster. Okay, that.
No, Armoury,
Armor. Yeah.
Yeah, make it 37. But even still, I'm pretty sure Rich has a normal summon, or at least plenty of cards he can draw into. No, yeah. Miracle Fusion, just tag, boom.
Dude.
So
1-1.
Game 3.
One thing I gotta ask: what is like? How do you pick your tokens? I've been like playing around. I've seen some people like will use like Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur or something. I want to build like a deck with Dandelion just so I can like have my own little token army. You what do you got? Some Bandais?
I have some cool tokens. Like Tiger Axe is my favorite card.
Yeah.
So I have like a few copies of like the Bandai Tiger Axe for like Scapegoats or like Gore's token or whatever. I'm actually a big Naruto fan myself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I have just a few cards, nothing crazy. Pain full art, first edition. Naruto Sage Mode full art. A couple of Itachi cards that I use here and there. I have a French Gore's token.
That's cool.
Which, yeah, I think I paid like €2 for on eBay, and I was like, oh, I'll pick it up. Why not? But yeah, I think tokens are really cool. Like similar to the vein of like a calculator case or like a playmat. It's a chance for you to express yourself outside of traditional like white sleeves. Like 94 Spellground. Like that's fine. I'm here for it. But I think on top of that sort of like existing foundation, being able to sort of add your own personal characteristics are really cool.
Oh, a Snowman Eater side deck
That's very good against Hero Beat.
And against Glads, so that's good for me to know. Like if I'm playing Glads against these Junk Frogs.
I'm kind of indifferent on Snowman versus Glads because after like the first pop, like it just sort of stays there. So like all your future Glads are going to attack it, so you can just keep like cycling. Especially if they have like a War Chariot or anything like that.
Yeah, but if you have a Junk and a Monarch or something, like it puts something bigger on the field after.
Right, in like a deck like this, like even in Hero Frogs, I could see like siding like 1 copy.
I just know because like Raikou hurts me so much but like Raikou does leave the field after, so I can see how that like
Right.
could bite you. Yeah, it was about my tokens. I bought a couple sport cards. I'm gonna try to get the Bengals players, like a Burrow, a Jamar Chase, or something. That'll be my heat. But again, I don't play Gores in my Glads, and I've built like 8 decks, but none of them I'm using like more than one token for.
Oh, Miracle Fusion. Yep.
Oh, he mind controlled instead.
Yeah, if you have the 2, you'd rather use the mind control. And even just like a sequencing thing there, like if you mind control first, then you play the Stratos more susceptible to a Torrential Tribute, even though he could Torrential at this point in time. Defense mode, playing around Mirror Force, taking the 18. Let's see. Yep. Not the greatest opening from Tim. I mean, no real frogs, just seeing a Junk Synchron and a Snowman. Not the greatest you want to see. I think he has a Death Frog in his hand, which again isn't a real frog at this point in time. So, but we do have the Substitute to hopefully get things going. But even with 3 back row, getting the Treeborn online is kind of redundant because you're not able to fully maximize on it. But I'd imagine his back rows are potentially sets, but you would still do the normal play
sub
here,
to swap,
and then dump tree.
Yeah.
Is that a Needle Ceiling I saw? I really like that card. Usually against frogs.
For Needle Ceiling, it's like they have to, if there are 4 more monsters on the field.
Yeah, you destroy all face-ups on the field. So usually use that against frogs. I'm curious as to why that's here at this point. I guess again combos with Snowman Eater, but
yeah.
Even if that was Needle Ceiling, I think it was. But Regeki Break on the Ab-Zero. Yep. Another one. Oh, Ultimate Offering. Yep. Junk Synchron, maybe. Next, already summon the Substitute. Yep, Junk Synchron. To the swap into Catastrophe at this point. Oh, bouncing for cost. And then now it's a real swap frog, so you can dump another card.
I thought you can't summon swap from the... Oh, he paid 500 for Ultimate Offering. Okay.
Yeah, bringing it back. This is just showcasing what Junk Frogs can do.
Yeah.
Swap Frog. But it's tricky at this point because we know Rich has the brain control set. So, to pay more than half your life for... I mean, I'm curious what it's going to be. I'd assume Black Rose or something to get it off the field. And then you have your Treeborn access live. But it depends on what that other card is. But again, at that point, to spend more than half your life points for a Black Rose doesn't seem the greatest of plays.
Right.
But again, that could always be something else different.
Especially to then pass it back to him.
Right, when he can just
like
rip a Miracle Fusion.
E-Call, Miracle Fusion, Alias.
Yeah, Deep Sea Diva. We have the Death Frog here, okay. Alright, so we can make a 5, 7, 9, or an 8.
You can make a Thought Ruler.
Right, because of the brain control. But I just, I'm not too sure at this point. Checking his graveyard. Going for a 5 here, looks like. Junk Warrior getting the boost from the swaps to make it 43. Bottomless. Okay. So his other card is brain control. So we're doing 29, 39.
Wait, but I thought he had the brain control set on this side.
It was probably the other one. That's fine. Diva off the top. Okay. And then I assume brain and then taking something. Yep. Alright, he's going to make the Black Rose. Popping Deep Prison and his own brain.
Oh.
What? I'm curious why he said that. And then he had Miracle Fusion. Oh, well. Good game. Shout out to Rich. You can see him standing up there getting super excited. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back for round 3.
Real quick before we go, we just want to shout out our Edison monthlies. The next one's going to be January 5th at 12 p.m. on Sunday. You can meet us at the Armoury, 67 Huddleston Ave in Fairhaven, Mass. What is it? What do we got? Dark Greffer, Secret, First Ed. And it's always the heat. It's near, man. You know it.
Of course. And then on top of this, if you're in the area, we do weekly Edison tournaments every Sunday at the Armoury as well here in Fairhaven, Mass. At 12:30, we have a great crowd trying to get more people involved within Edison, building a community out here in the South Coast. So if you're in the area, please stop by and come through.
All right, we're back with round 2. It's getting dark in this room, and I'm just realizing that now. So I'll turn on the light while Ryan does the rest of this intro. Sorry, it's Tim on the left with Junk Frogs versus Rich on the right with Diva here.
I do that, bro. We can restart. It's okay.